Hey everyone, Blades here. Hinterland have just released a patch, and I think this is the huge 150, I believe they said 150 plus bugs fixed in a single patch. Don't quote me on that. I believe that's what they said in the dev diary. I didn't make a video on the dev diary. One of the things I want to do with this channel is be up to date. So every time some news drops, be on it right away. But I was just heading out on vacation when the dev diary came out. So by the time I got back, I kind of missed out on that one a little bit. But that's all good. Let's take a look at this one. I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see if this is the big patch. I think it is. So let's see what we got here. I'm really intrigued. I'm wondering if they're gonna have fixed any of the stuff we kind of use, like the T jiggling, like all the T tricks and the stuff that's technically a bug, but everybody uses it because it benefits the player and it's not game breaking, you know? So let's just see what we get here. It's going to be a long list, I guess, if it's anywhere near the size they said. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, we have just released Quality of Life update, including Survival Edition and Tales. Okay. General. Fixed an issue where inaccurate time values were shown in the player journal during the Nomad challenge. Okay, so this is the one where people were getting like millions of hours in each location, or like one location would just show up with millions of hours. I've seen that some people experience that. That's cool. Fixed an issue where bear walk cycle animations could break during. Fixed an issue where bear walk cycle animations could break during an aurora. This is the headbanging bears. You must have seen it. You guys must have seen it. Sometimes the aurora bear will just stop and it'll just headbang in place. It's kind of weird. Okay. Wasn't anything that like caused serious issues, but still a little weird. I'm glad it's fixed. Addressed multiple visual issues in which objects could pop in when approaching them. Oh, I wonder what that is. I wonder if that's like the disappearing coal and stuff in the caves. I'm not sure. If anybody knows, anybody has an idea what that's referring to, let me know. Fixed an issue where an acorn location could not be interacted with in the Mystery Lake region. Didn't even notice, but that's good. More acorns. Fixed an issue where wolves would ignore campfires when trying to... Oh... I've had this happen. We've all had it. Once in a blue moon, the fire just does not stop the wolf, just randomly. I always thought it was just some RNG element, like there's a very small chance, but wow, that's huge, because I've seen runs, end that way. It's a big deal. Fix an issue where items left atop televisions could fall inside the object when transitioning to and from an interior. There's so many bugs that we didn't even know about. That's crazy. Okay, cool. Fix multiple issues where certain items within vehicles are inaccessible to the player. I experienced this one. I feel like I've seen someone experience this. It rings a bell. I don't know. I don't know exactly what that's referring to. Fix an issue, animation issue with stags where they would turn oddly in certain circumstances. I don't know if I've noticed that either. I don't think that's just referring to that what we're used to, right? Where they just walk, stop for a bit, and completely turn and walk another way. Like I believe they're designed that way. Who knows? Maybe that's what they're referring to. Or maybe there's something a little bit more janky and obvious that I've just not experienced. Fix an issue in which a corpse was mislabeled as crow feather. What? I didn't see this, but I wish I had. There's actually a few mislabeling bugs, isn't there? Like some of the bear hides say like that they'll get you a rabbit hide. If you click on them, it says bear hide, and then underneath it says like one rabbit hide, and like the mushrooms say like leather, cured leather. So maybe we'll see those fixes as well. Fixed multiple visual issues within the control tower in Forsaken Airfield. Oh, interesting. Okay. Didn't know about that one. I guess I'm going to stop saying I didn't know about that one. If I didn't know about it, I'll comment if I know of it. Fixed the lighting issue with the couch. Oh, wait. Fixed the visual issue in which the interior of snow shelters could be seen from unintended positions. Okay. Fixed the lighting issue with the couch in the PV farmhouse. Fixed the lighting issue in the community hall, which caused 3 spotlight effects. Oh, is that the weird ambient lighting you get? That's one of the that's the only building in the game that's like that, where when it's nighttime you can still see in certain areas because there's like just random pockets of light. So maybe that won't be the way anymore. Fixed a rare issue preventing survivors from interacting with objects after searching a container while holding a lit match. I'm never going to experience that. It's very rare that I'm walking around with a lit match. Once in a while maybe. Address the visual issue caused by viewing objects through campfire smoke. Address the visual issue where shadows in Ash Canyon could pop in and out depending on the player's position. Fixed an issue that could cause items dropped in particular caves to be lit inconsistently. Yeah, I heard about this. A new exploit. Well, it's been discovered recently. I was told about it. You could leave a torch in a cave, in an indoor transition cave, and go out and do stuff like a day, come back, and it's only moved by 1% or whatever. And you could do it with flares too. I never used it, but people have been. Fixed an issue where some structural objects in Blackrock Penitentiary were invisible to the player. I'm assuming that will be when you come in from the roof. I'm sure you guys have noticed it when you go up on the roof near the barracks. and you go when you open the door to go back inside, it's like the floor's missing until you actually go in. It feels like you're gonna fall. Nice, nice. Little visual things, but I guess currently in the current version, there's not that many like major game breaking bugs, so we're probably gonna see a lot of little things like this. This is crazy though. Like we barely moved down the page. Fixed an issue. Added this option to skip. To skip the initial photosensitivity warning upon subsequent launch of the title. Yes, not everyone has epilepsy, guys. I know why they got it in there. They gotta protect themselves, and it's totally understandable, you know. But like, it definitely needed to be skippable, you know, or at least you should be able to go in the settings and be like, all right, I want this turned off from now on. But that's perfect, just nice, easy skip. It was a long startup. It was a mod that like skipped all that for you. I guess that will be null and void now. Fix an issue where some players using the Epic Game Store were unable to progress past the disclaimer screen. Okay, interesting. I did hear about people getting stuck on those load screens at the start, the disclaimer screen. I didn't realize it was an Epic Games issue, but I've heard about it a couple of times. Fixed multiple issues in which items on harvested surfaces would remain midair instead of dropping to the ground. Oh, that happens all the time, doesn't it? You put something on the table, you break the table, and then it's floating. Cool, that's fixed. Updated the emergency stim to allow for easier placement. Yeah, because they fixed the bow. Remember the bows used to be really hard to place where you want them? Like, you'd ruin a bow and you'd use it as a decoration and you would, like, rotate all weird and you couldn't place it. They fixed that randomly. I didn't discover this until recently. I was trying to place one and I was like, oh my god, they fixed it. But the stim's always been a little janky as well, so that's nice. It's always nice. Fixed multiple issues where interacting with specific objects or terrain while holding an item could result in the game hanging. I don't know what that means, the game hanging. Forcing it restart. I never heard that term. I have had it where like the torch has become. It may be the thing where like your torch gets stuck in your hand. I've had that, and I can't interact with anything, and I had to like go to a load screen or something, or quit out completely. I couldn't even save because I couldn't like sleep or pass an hour because I couldn't interact with anything. Yeah, I've had that issue. Fix an issue that caused firewood to disappear on approach at the rail tunnel entrance of the Mystery Lake region. I'm gonna be sad. I'm sad to see that go. This is like, ever since I've been playing the game, this has been a thing. You walk into Mystery Lake, there's a log on the floor, it disappears. First time you enter. Every time. First time you enter, and it's gone. I'm gonna miss that. It's just one of those bugs that, you know, I didn't mind. It's always been there. It's always been there for me. Fix an issue where incorrect resources could spawn in preppers bunkers when playing on Interloper experience mode. Interesting. Is that like, there was an invisible water you could find sometimes. It's like a water source, almost like a toilet, but it was invisible. Incorrect resources could spawn. I've only ever seen it empty, except for on custom. Custom, they're always, no matter, even if you go on in-loper settings in custom, you always get the 3 stocked ones. But I have heard of like the occasional like boxer matches, and I even heard like about Hammer one time, but like they're really rare. But otherwise, they've always been empty for me. That's interesting. I wonder what it was. I wish they told us what it was. Fixed an issue where the Draft Dodgers cabin was incorrectly shown as fishing cabin. Yeah, this was, I think, when they first released Tales, or around that time. It changed for some reason. The name of Draft Dodgers became fishing cabin. Okay, let's see. What else? Gameplay. So we're on to a new category now. Fixed an issue where the weapon hotkey would not cycle through weapon variants correctly. Interesting, okay. Fixed an issue in Hopeless Rescue where distress pistols could be found in unintended locations. Bash Robe, Bash, if you're out there, ha. I'm just joking. Bash got like an amazing time on Hopeless Rescue because he got the flare gun in trappers right at the start in the freaking save. I'm just messing with him. Bash is a good friend, you know. But yeah, he totally cheesed that one. Fixed an issue where ruined meat would appear fresh. Oh yeah, I've seen this a lot. It looks fresh, then you pick it up and it's ruined. I had this with porridge too, so I wonder if it only refers to meat or anything that has a visual decay. So I didn't realize it was affected by transitioning, but there you go. That's fixed. Fix an issue where the repair skill would improve for unintended player actions, making this improvement too easy. Okay, I'm assuming that's not the mended skill. That's referring to like the tool repair skill. I didn't know that was an issue. I didn't know that was a thing, but there we go. Fix an issue where ice flows. What's an ice flow? I don't know what an ice flow is. Ice flows in coastal and destination point would instantly drop the survivor into the ocean and have been updated to show the weak ice notification symbol as intended. What? Oh god, that never happened to me and I'm glad. I'd have been pissed. Nice fix, good to know. This is huge, there's a lot going on here. Fixed a location in which a player could become trapped in Desolation Point near the Hibernia building, or it would have been one of these just map geometry situations where you just can't get out, since this game doesn't have a jump mechanic. There's a couple of those in the world, so I wonder if they fixed other ones too. Fixed an issue in which the bedroll, which allowed it to be placed in locations it wouldn't easily fit. I wonder if that's like on. I always place them on like the tables and shit in houses, and they're like hanging off the sides, just and it somehow allows me to play it. I wonder if it's stuff to place it. I wonder if it's stuff like that. Who knows? Fix an issue where the visuals for weather effects would appear within structures and caves. Or I've had like indoor snow in a cave before, in a little outdoor cave, as well as locations which might have a reasonable degree of shelter. Okay, good to know. Fix an issue which prevented the survivor from revealing the frozen delta location trigger in Bleak Inlet when surveying from certain locations. Nice. The hardest part, excuse me, the hardest part of doing faithful cartographer was getting the freaking frozen delta. What a pain that was. You had to do like 4 maps all around it trying to figure out exactly where the trigger is, and then at some point it would just hit. Hopefully that's going to be a lot easier now. It's a big area. You should be able to map it from anywhere in that area, you know? Fixed an issue which prevented recipes requiring water as an ingredient from being crafted. An issue which prevented recipes requiring water as an ingredient from being crafted. Really? Didn't see that. So some recipes that required water just wouldn't craft. Haven't seen that one. Fixed an issue where custom survival settings were being applied to As a Dead Sleep. That's what was happening. So As a Dead Sleep has been totally broken, guys. People have been getting like Voyager loot. People have been getting like no animals. I've heard a few different things, and this is why I guess whatever you have, maybe it's whatever you have your custom set up as, was carrying over into As a Dead Sleep. But yeah, a lot of people beat As a Dead Sleep recently who's never been able to beat it before because they were like, you know, walking around in like amazing coats and stuff like that, and like no wolves. That's hilarious. Okay, well now we know what was going on, and it's fixed too. It's an issue where lockers unintentionally always contained items regardless of experience mode. Oh, I wonder if that's my magic locker. So there's a locker in Signal Hill. The one on the left is 2 lockers next to each other at Signal Hill. The one on the left always has an item, and it's usually decent. Occasionally it's a can opener or a sewing kit, but most of the time it's like a thin wool or some decent boots, like combat pants. You guys, if you've ever watched my stream or any of my runs, like on YouTube or whatever, you'll see. And I tell people all the time, always open that locker. If it's a speed run, open it. You're not wasting time. It's gonna have something in it. It's always gonna have something in it. So maybe that and other lockers in the world were just glitched. I just thought it was just set up that way. Okay, good to know. I guess we'll find out. I'm going to miss my lucky locker. Fixed an issue where damaging a bear after it had already died would result in the carcass flying upward. I didn't have this, but yeah, I heard about this, and I've seen many clips of it. It's hilarious. It's about time it got fixed, though, as funny as it was. Fixed an issue in which bedrolls could be repaired. This was a bug? I just thought this was intentional. It's always been like this. You could scroll across and use just your hands, and it would take longer. I always assumed he was just like shoving, or he or she was just shoving cloth into the bedroll, you know, like into the holes and like filling it up. I thought it was intentional because it took longer. It was not intentional. Well, that's gone. Gone are the days of fixing the bedroll by hand and saving a little bit of sewing kit wear and tear. Because like if you had the extra time, you might as well do it by hand, you know, and not waste your sewing kit. Okay, interesting. I didn't see. Sometimes there's things we didn't even know were bugs. Fix an issue where they fixed the bear coats. I thought this was, a lot of us thought this was a nerf or a buff, or however you want to look at it. So they made it so it's 2 bear hides again to make a bear coat so much better. I didn't like the single bear hide thing. It kind of makes my last few runs kind of null and void because I got like comfortable with it, and I always make my bear coats with 1 hide. But in my current run, the Nagoa run I'm doing, when I'm on a bear coat wolf coat, but later on I'm going to be switching over to double bear later in the run. I'm going to have to get 2. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad. I preferred it the old way, even if it does make it a little harder now. Or it was easier for a little while there. That's fine, though. It's how it was supposed to be, and I liked it that way. I think the single... I didn't think it was fair that you could just kill 2 bears and get double bear coat. It wasn't fair on TLD, but you know what I mean. I worded it weird, but you get my point. It was too easy. It wasn't very balanced. The bear coat was a very strong item. Fix the location in which items could fall beneath the ground layer in an FM region cave. This is the transition, or it's the closed transition up at Marsh Ridge, like the one that took you from the river up to the upper level. So I've had people that lose hides and all kinds of stuff, like never puts, well, it doesn't matter now, but it was always, never drop stuff on the snowbanks, because sometimes on the little snow piles, because you leave and come back in and they'll be disappeared under the floor. So that's fixed, good to know, don't have to warn people anymore. Fix an issue where non-potable water left on the ground will become potable when the player reloaded their save. Ooh. I didn't know about this. I never dropped my non-potable water because in the past, I've drank it straight from the floor, you know, because it looks the same. And I've gotten dysentery from it. So I always say, like, if I'm going to drop non-potable water, I put it in a container. So this must be a newer bug because I have experienced that before, drinking it from the floor. And it was dirty water. So yeah, that's fixed. I didn't know it was an issue, but now it's fixed. Which is a shame because that's actually kind of nice. You could totally, like... You could totally cheese it, you know, make water like twice as fast by just making it unpure, making it like making dirty water, saving, leaving, reloading, getting you pure water. That's hilarious. Added an option to consume water directly from the vessel used to boil it. Added an option to consume water. You could do this anyway. You could always do this. Added an option to consume water directly from the vessel used to boil it. You've always been able to do that. I do that all the time, so there's no way that... Did they take it away for a while? I'm gonna have to check that after I finish recording this. I feel like... I mean, often I'm just putting it in my inventory, but there's no way I haven't tried that in months and months and not noticed it. You just hit space. It gives you an option. It says like space bar to drink, just like eating food directly from the fire or whatever. Interesting. Okay. Doesn't matter now. I can't test it, can I? With the updates out, I just realized. Fixed a bug where containers would fail to open on rare occasions. Oh, I didn't experience this one either. I had them where they like got a little glitchy and they were like open for like 10 seconds and eventually they would work. That's a newer issue. Maybe that's what they mean. I've never had it permanently stuck. It doesn't say that though, to be fair. Well, it says failed to open, so kind of the same thing. Fix an issue where wildlife could get stuck when moving for a particular area of the mountain town region. That's not specific enough for me to recall ever experiencing it. Fix an issue where oh, they finally did it. This one's been a pain for a while, and they had it on their bug list for their known bugs list for a while. Sticks, branches, and limbs were removed. It's like when you walk into a cave, there's all limbs outside. You go in, get warm, come out to chop the limb, and the limbs are gone. And you have to like walk away and come back. We've all experienced it. Mountaineer's Hut too. Those sticks and limbs on the right hand side and the left hand side of Mountaineer's Hut. You go in, you come out, they're gone. I had it happen today, literally on stream. Fixed, amazing. Fixed an issue where pelts and hides decayed more quickly in an interior compared to outdoors. Didn't know this was an issue. That's interesting. Glad they fixed it. Not that it matters, because you can still use the hide will still cure while it's ruined, and you can still use it to repair stuff. But still, a little weird. Added functionality to allow players to light torches via the X button for PlayStation, A button for Xbox from fire sources. That's nice. I wonder why A and X. I'm just trying to remember the controls. It's been a while since I've played on Xbox, so it used to be right trigger would turn it off and on, and I think that would light it from the fire. So why A? Doesn't A select the fire normally? Maybe like you can select it as an option now. What's the difference between it selecting it and... Oh, that's actually good. That means, I wonder if that works with torch chaining too, because now it's a separate button. It's like PC. It's like on PC now. No, it's not. It was PC where it was possible to accidentally burn a match. On console, it was okay because it was a different button. I don't understand that one. Maybe we'll speak to some of our console friends once they've played it and figure out what the difference is. Fix an issue where the survivor wouldn't stow held items when interacting with transmitters. I didn't even know about that. Fix an issue where cancelling while crafting gunpowder incorrectly resulted in gunsmithing skill advancement. I didn't know about that, but that's a nice little cheese. Glad they fixed it though. Fixed an issue where dead wildlife could be found in a standing up position upon reloading the game. I haven't had this one, but I've seen the zombie wolves. I've seen it many times before with other people. Pretty hilarious. You can like harvest them standing there. Fix an issue which prevented the curator's rifle from spawning. Didn't know that was an issue either. Okay. Fix an issue that resulted in consumed items remaining visible in the survivor's inventory. Really? Fix an issue with loot tables which could result in certain containers being unintentionally empty, regardless of experience mode. So this sounds just like that other one, but empty instead. Okay, UI fixes. Let's take a look. Adjusted the ice fishing UI for easier readability and removed an asset overlap when using a controller. Cool. Added further detail to Bleak Inlet's in-game map. Oh, nice. Okay. Fix an issue where the stars in the night sky of the brightness settings menu would not appear. Oh, God. Fix an issue in which clothing items would appear dark or poorly lit when viewed in the clothing menu item carousel. Clothing menu item carousel. Oh, like when you scroll oh, sometimes they were completely invisible when you would scroll through the items that you kind of can't wear. Like that. No, let me say that again. When you scroll through the item from the item that you have equipped to the ones that you don't have equipped, sometimes they would show completely invisible. I'm assuming it's that. Maybe they were just poorly lit. I just thought they were invisible. Fixed an issue where the region selection screen would flicker when swapping between region views. Okay. Fixed an issue where swapping game resolutions could result in UI elements becoming displays. Okay. Fixed an issue where status and clothing menus would exhibit noticeable lag when opened. This is more of a console thing. I feel like I've heard about menu lag on console recently over the last couple of months. I've not really experienced it on PC. Fix an issue where the display resolution would not correctly update. Oh, interesting. I've never had that. And I changed mine quite a lot because I always open TLD on the wrong monitor by mistake and have to move it over and then change the resolution. Fix an issue where the in-game map would lag and stutter. Didn't know about that. If there had been an abundance of map markers revealed. Okay. Fix an issue which caused the news panel to open if the X button on Steam Deck was pressed. Okay, Steam Deck, blah blah blah. Let's read it. Some people are playing on Steam Deck. Which caused the news panel to open if the X button on Steam Deck was pressed during feat selection of a new survival game. Oh, really? Fix an issue that could result in a ruined food item incorrectly remaining at 1% condition. Adjusted spray paint. Is this the bottom? Wow, there's more. It can't be that much more, surely. Just a few, it looks like. Fix an issue where... Wait, where are we? Adjusted spray paint markers on the map to appear in front of pre-existing symbols for clearer visibility. Fix an issue where Old Man's Beard was incorrectly referred to as bandage instead of dressing in the crafting menu. Fix an issue where security logs were incorrectly oriented when examining them from the journal. Oh, really? Fix an issue where collecting multiple items at a time caused an incorrect amount to display on the item inspection screen. What? I didn't know about that either. How do you collect multiple items at a time? Anyway, fixed an issue where on-hover text would not properly update an object's status after interacting with it. Fixed an issue which revealed map markers in unsurveyed areas when a player picked up a Polaroid. Oh. Oh, outside of the range of the Polaroid, I'm assuming. Oh, when you first pick it up, not when you draw it. Not when you draw from it. Okay, interesting. Fix an issue where activating a vista would incorrectly reveal nearby memento caches on the map, regardless if the survivor had collected the associated memento. I didn't know about that. Okay. Fix the bug where raw meat could appear in midair when inspecting a piece of cooked meat on a cooking surface. Oh, really? Weird. So we haven't had a fix to the duplicating teas in FM. We haven't had, thank God, we haven't had a fix to tea jiggling, right? Like, we should still be able to make permanently hot teas by a fire, unless there's some stuff on here they've chose not to mention. What else is there? There's a few like ones that we use as exploits that have not been mentioned here. Things like perma hot teas, like leaving teas on the stones of the fire when it dies. When the fire goes out and they stay hot forever until you pick them up again, they'll cool down once you've picked them up. But you can have you could literally go away for 500 days, come back, you have permanently hot teas. Doesn't seem like they fix that unless they haven't told us, because Hinterland don't always mention everything in these patch notes. And like as much as there is a lot of stuff here, it doesn't look like 150 to me. Like maybe less than 100, but I'm not counting them, so who knows. Environment art, I mean, there's still more to be fair. Environment art, fix multiple issues where map gaps and visible seams could be seen. Oh, nice. Yeah, like in Blackrock Gas Mine, I'm assuming we can always look under the map. I'm glad that's fixed. Fix an issue which could cause shadows to appear incorrectly on snow surfaces at particular times of the day. Okay. Fix an issue with the control tower rendering incorrectly from certain distances. Oh, okay. Didn't know about that. Added additional lighting effects to snow based on the sun's position. Oh, nice. A little improvement. It's not really a fix. Sounds like they just added to it a little bit. That's nice. Fixed an issue causing doubled footstep audio when traversing the staircase in the long rail transition zone. Long rail. Far range branch line. Hinterland, do you know the name of your own regions? This might be their like, you know, the actual name of it in the game files. That's funny though. I'm assuming this is far range branch line. That's hilarious though. The long rail transition zone. Never heard of it. I'm just joking. Just joking, Hinterland. Love you, really. Added audio for failed crafting attempts for items crafted at the ammunition workbench. Fix an issue where wolf howls would repeat unintentionally. I wonder if that's the Nagoa wolves. I just edited an episode that's going up tonight of the Nagoa series where we had a wolf doing that. I wonder if that's going to be a thing of the past now. I'll kind of miss it because it was so funny, but it was annoying sometimes. Fix an issue which could cause a crash on launch for Linux players. Good. Fix the missing button prompt for more info on Xbox when a new mission is added or updated, or when hovering over an objective on the map. Okay, so that's story mode. Wintermute. We'll go through them because some people do play Wintermute. Fix an issue where the blood-soaked note could fall on the ground if the bush next to it is harvested before picking it up. Okay. Fix an issue. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of issues where stuff disappears if you break something near them, but we haven't heard any other fixes related to that. I wonder if it's still an issue. Fix an issue which rarely, because there's like a note in survival that does the same thing, but there's also like if you leave like hides or any item, I've seen it happen with hides, but I believe any item next to certain planks and break the planks, they disappear forever. Fixed an issue which resulted in players loading into the game after the ending cinematic of episode 3, preventing them from progressing to episode 4. Players previously affected by this issue could continue their games by loading a prior save. Adjusted lighting in the old bear cave of episode 2. Fixed an issue where Jeremiah's knife and the scrap metal knife could appear as an optional tool for crafting in survival mode. I never saw that. I never noticed that. I've never scrolled across and seen that. That's weird. Fixed an issue which prevented Steam community translations from being applied in Wintermute. Okay. Okay, Tails. Fixed an issue with the Field 31 memo which allowed it to be moved with the placement feature. That must be the one that you pick up to start Signal Void, I'm assuming. I don't know what that is. Fix an issue where holding the lit match while interacting with a transmitter of a bunker hatch would ruin all matches in a stack. Oh, brutal. Don't ruined matches still work like normal, though? Do they even decay? I don't even know. I've never known anyone to have ruined matches before. I wonder, though, if it made them unusable. Fixed an issue which caused lighting in bunkers to be far too bright during Aurora events. Caused lighting in bunkers. Oh, really? Okay. Fixed an issue which prevented players from dropping items when the on-hover text for a transmitter was visible. Oh, weird. Never noticed that either. And then some localization issues. Fixed Ukrainian and Spanish translations, which would show closed captioning subtitles when set to subtitles only. Fixed an issue where mission objectives for the Nomad Challenge were incorrectly stated in the Finnish translation. Fixed multiple translation errors in Finnish. Fixed a translation error with the Turkish word for smoke. Fixed a translation error in the crafting menu that resulted in the word craft remaining in English regardless of language settings. Okay, interesting. It doesn't say anything here about there's other stuff that they didn't list, but they do usually have stuff that they don't list. Every single update seems to come with additional changes that they don't mention. Usually it's just small things, but these are small things, all of them. So who knows? All in all, some pretty decent stuff. Most of it's like visual, but to be honest, I haven't really experienced too many game breaking bugs myself ever since the last few patches. I'm just trying to think. Like, they fixed As I Did Sleep, they fixed Nomad, they fixed like visual stuff, items disappearing. They fixed the sticks thing. That's really nice. I'm hyped on that. The ruined meat showing as ruined on the ground. It didn't really bother me because I always picked it up and checked, but it's nice. It's gonna make the game smoother. The bears getting stuck, like in the Aurora bears headbanging. All in all, quite a nice patch. It's nice to see them really putting some effort into the bug fixing side of the game. Into fixing the bugs in the game. Well, yeah, that's all from me today. I just wanted to cover that real quick. Let me know what you think in the comments, your opinions on this. And I'm looking forward to the next patch. We're getting the Travoy, apparently. We're getting the Mine region and its associated tail. So it's going to be exciting. And who knows what else. We're getting the animations too. We're going to be able to see which gloves we're wearing in first-person mode, which is amazing. All right, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.